Hey everyone, welcome back to Yoga with Jess. I'm so proud of you for sticking it out and making it to part 3 of this core strengthening and belly fat reducing series. So this part 3 is going to be a little more advanced and challenging. If you find it a little too challenging, maybe return to videos 1 and 2 so you can familiarize yourself, go over some of the postures, and watch them until you feel comfortable and ready to move on. When you're ready, meet me on your mat. We're going to start off in plank position, placing your hands at the top of the mat, come into plank or top of a push-up. Right away, start to feel that core engaged, everything turning on here, low belly sucked in. Energy should be shooting out the spine, out the crown of the head and the heels, one long straight line through the body. And as we hold it here, definitely going to start to feel that core engaged. Just continue to focus on your breath and being here, noticing your body sensations. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. You start to build some internal heat in the body. One more inhale here. Exhale, come down onto the forearms for forearm plank. Again, low belly's tucked in, the glute muscles are engaged. Push down through the elbows and the forearms to get the shoulders away from the ears so we're not sinking down into this forearm plank. Quads are lifted. Everything is fired up and working here. Always coming back to the breath. Inhale, push it back up, high plank position. Exhale, lower down, forearm plank. Inhale, one more time, push it up to plank. Exhale, lower down, forearm plank. Now from here, we're gonna exhale, drop the right hip down on the mat, just ever so slightly. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, drop the left hip down, really stretching those obliques, working the side body. Bring it back to center. 2 more times, dropping the right hip down and back. And exhale, dropping the left hip down and back. Inhale, push it back up to plank and pause for a moment here. Now we're gonna move through our vinyasa. So you can either come to knees, chest, chin, or for our more advanced practitioners, squeeze the elbows in towards the body, squeeze that core, and slowly descend down like one straight plank board. Chaturanga. Inhale, push it through, upward facing dog, setting that chest through the arms as we come into a nice big back bend here. And exhale, push it back, downward facing dog. Now this is our first down dog, so feel free to take a few moments, maybe pedal out the feet, pressing one heel into the mat and then the other. Maybe swaying left to right, breathing into the hips. Just allow the back of the legs to start to turn on as we lift those hips high, press those hands into the mat, and send the chest down towards the mat as well. On your next inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, round it forward, bring the knee to the nose, round the spine, pressing into those hands to squeeze the core in and lift the heel up towards your glutes. Inhale, free that leg. Exhale, shift the weight forward, knee to nose. Inhale, push it back, free that leg. Exhale, we're gonna bring the knee to the left wrist and using your core strength, suck up through the low belly as you rise that knee up the arm towards the triceps. Inhale, free that leg. Exhale, cross over the body, do the same thing on the right wrist. Engaging that core, suck it up, rounding the spine, elevating that knee. And inhale, free that leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, rounding knee to nose. This time, step it all the way through for a lunge. On your next inhale, Bring the arms up high, high crescent lunge. Taking some nice breaths here as we sink a little bit lower into that lunge. Tuck the pelvis, send that tailbone down to create a little more space in the low back as we lift the chest, open up the heart, feel a nice stretching on both oblique sides. Now bring the hands behind the head. We're gonna exhale, twist the body, bring the elbow to the knee, crunching in our core. Inhale, come to rise. Shift the weight into the front leg. Slowly bring the right knee up towards the chest, engaging the core to lift here. And exhale, twisting over elbow to knee. Inhale, rise, working on our balance. Exhale, send that leg back and twist it over elbow to knee. What I like to call crescent crunches. Inhale to stand. Squeezing that core, lift the knee high. And exhale, twist. Do a few rounds of these at the speed of your own breath. Really squeezing that core to help you balance and sustain the movement. Nice moving meditation here. Let's do one more. Exhaling as we twist. Inhaling to rise, squeezing that belly. Exhale, twist. And sending that leg back. Inhale the arms up and windmill them down. Step back to plank pose. Now holding plank here for a moment, re-engage that core. Feel energy shooting out the heels and out the crown of the head. Now squeezing the elbows in towards the body. Squeeze that core as you slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Like so. Release the toes, extend the left arm out in front of you, and we'll shift onto our side body, bending that left leg a little bit like we did in the first video. Inhale, come up a little bit, bring the hand behind the head, and we're gonna exhale, crunch it up, bend that knee towards the elbow. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, crunch. Really feeling a nice pressure in the side body there as we stretch those muscles. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, crunch. Beautiful. Inhale, stretch. We're going to roll back over onto our bellies. Tuck the toes under. Plant those hands firmly on the mat. And inhale, push all the way up to plank. Re-engage that core here. And we're going to take a vinyasa. So either coming knees, chest, chin, or squeezing those elbows in, squeezing the low belly in, slowly descend down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pressing into the tops of the feet to lift the upper body and chest high. And exhale, push it back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, recommit, recenter, and refocus. Trying to get those heels to touch the mat, sending those hips high, and eventually working to get the head all the way down to the mat. All right, let's do the other side. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, send it through knee to nose, round the spine, tuck the low belly in. Try to get that heel up towards the glute. Inhale, free that leg, send that heel high. Exhale again, shift the weight forward, rounding knee to nose. Inhale, send that leg high. Exhale, this time shift the weight forward, bring the knee to the wrist, and sucking in the belly, engaging Mula Bandha. Suck that knee all the way up to the tricep. Really squeezing that core in here. And inhale, free that leg. Exhale, cross over the body, send the knee to the left wrist this time. Same thing, squeeze the core in, round the spine, elevate that knee up. Woo! And inhale, free that leg, nice and high here. Exhale, step it all the way through to a low lunge, feeling grounded in the feet as we inhale the arms up for high crescent lunge on the other side. Inhale, lift the chest high. Exhale, drop into that lunge. Really engage the quad muscles here. Energy shooting out that back heel. Now bring the hands behind the head. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, we twist, left elbow, right knee. Now really engaging that core the whole time. Come to stand. Lift that knee up towards the chest, really squeezing the low belly in, and twist it over, elbow to knee. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, kick it back. And take a few rounds at your own pace. Breathing in as you rise up. And exhaling as you twist. One more time, sending it back. This time, let's lift the arms all the way up. And exhale, bring them down by your foot. Step it back to plank. Hold plank here for a few breaths, re-engaging the core, rotating the biceps out. Feeling nice and long through the body. Energy shooting out the crown of the head as everything turns on and is working here. You might be sweating like I am. On your exhale, shift the weight forward. Bring those elbows in towards the rib cage and squeezing that core, slowly lower all the way down to the mat. This time we're going to extend the right arm out. Come onto the right side. Bend the bottom leg, right knee in a little bit for balance. And we'll do our side crunches on the other side. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, lift up, elbow to knee, crunching the side obliques. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it up. Really pushing into that bottom arm and using your obliques to lift. Inhale, grow long. And exhale, lift. Take as many rounds of these as you like. As your side body's really turned on here. Tightening up any of that muffin top, excess belly fat. One more. And slowly extend all the way. Bring the low belly to the mat and bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Now tucking the toes under, re-engage the core here. As you inhale, push all the way up to plank. Shift the weight forward and squeezing that core still, push it all the way down on your exhale. Inhale up, upward facing dog. And exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. Take 1 or 2 breaths here. Again, stretching out the core, low belly still tucked in. Looking forward, shift the weight forward slightly and drop those knees just about 1 inch off the mat. You actually might need to walk the hands back a little bit so that the wrists are in line with the shoulders. But we want those knees really close to the mat, just to hover off, just about 1 inch or so, really squeezing that core here like we did in part 1 and 2 of this series. Coming back to the breath. Noticing any shaking or tightness in the body. This just means your muscles are at work. Stick with it, hang in there. We're only here for a few more seconds. Breathing through it. And exhale, slowly lower those knees. Sit back onto your heels. Now we're going to bring the legs around to the front. Start with the feet planted down on the mat and bring your hands underneath the knees, grabbing at the thighs. Now shifting the weight back, slowly start to lift the legs off the mat for a modified Navasana or boat pose. Core is really engaged here, probably start to shake. It's a good sign, that means you're working really hard. Feel free to stay here, or if you'd like to step it up, slowly start to straighten the legs and maybe let go of the hands. And we want to sit nice and tall, up on the sits bones. Don't slouch into the low back, but really stay lifted. Use that core to keep lifted here. Point those toes, energy shooting out the fingertips, out the toes. And on your next exhale, let's slowly start to lower down for low boat. Now shoulders are still off the mat, legs are lifted off the mat. Really engaging your full core here. Inhale, come back, high boat. Exhale, drop it down, low boat. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat. One more round. Inhale up. Really squeeze that core. Give it everything you've got. And exhale, lower. And lower it slowly all the way down to the mat. Now when you're ready, tuck the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a big hug, stretching out the spine here. And then grabbing just under the knees, start to rock up and down the spine, giving yourself a little spinal massage. Still squeezing the core in. And on your next rock and roll, we're gonna cross the legs, come up to a seat. Now pressing into the hands, see if you can lift the buttocks off the mat. Really engaging that core here, sucking the low belly in, and exhale, lower. Once again, straighten those arms, squeeze the belly in, send that navel to the back of the spine, and exhale, lower. Now this next part of the sequence is optional, but it's a really amazing drill to work that low belly and core muscles to help advance your practice and shed that extra belly fat. So if you have some yoga blocks, now would be a good time to grab them. If you don't have any blocks, search for something in your house that is stable and sturdy that you can press your weight into. Maybe a stack of books, maybe some heavy Tupperware. But these yoga blocks are really inexpensive and easy to find at most of your big superstores. Now placing the blocks back by your hips, put them on whatever setting is good for you. I'm gonna put them on medium height. You can try the high height as long as you feel stable and not too wobbly, but I think this medium height is a nice, safe option. So gripping the blocks, spreading the fingers wide, we're gonna place them by the hips, start to straighten the arms. We're gonna lift the knees off the mat, feet are still there. Now squeezing the core like we did earlier when we came into cat pose, when we were rounding knee to nose. Same kind of action. We're gonna tuck that low belly in, squeezing the pelvic floor, and see if you can start to lift one foot off the mat, maybe both feet off the mat for Lalasana or pendant pose. Now it's called pendant pose because you can rock back and forth like a pendant. Breathing in, sucking that belly in, really engaged core here. And slowly lower all the way back down. Now let's place the hands behind us and just lift the hips up a little. Give a little counter stretch here. Exhale, lower. And we'll try this drill again. So placing the hands on the blocks, leaning forward, straighten those arms, lift the knees. And again, you might be right here. This is great. Your core is still completely activated and working. And experiment. See if you can lift one leg and then the other. Really sucking up through that core here, rounding the spine, maybe rocking a little bit. Whew. And exhale, lower. Now I encourage you to practice this drill. It's really gonna improve your practice, but it is a doozy. So you might be shaking right now, you might be sweating. This is all good stuff. So that completes our core workout. And I know my wrists are feeling a little bit sore from all that work we just did. So let's take a nice little wrist stretch. So bring the elbows out to the side, place one wrist down, and taking the other hand, press gently into the top of the hand. Really feel a nice stretch of the wrist here. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just feel your body relaxing and integrating all that hard work. And slowly release that wrist, and we'll bend the other one and press into that top of the hand to get a nice wrist stretch on the other side. Coming back to to your center, focusing on the breath, patting yourself on the back for all that hard work we just did, envisioning our nice tight core that will come if you practice this every day for sure, but at least 3-4 times a week. You'll notice a huge improvement in your practice and in your body. Then slowly release the wrist, bring the hands down by the side, move blocks out of the way. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really, really proud of you. This was a really hard core workout. So pat yourself on the back, give yourself a big hug. You did a great job. And please give me your feedback. Feel free to leave comments, subscribe to our channel, Psyche Truth, to see more videos like this. And to learn more about me and my practice, you can visit my website at comingohm.com. Hope to see you soon for our next video. Namaste. To find my full library of videos that are not available on YouTube, check out Psyche Truth Plus. There you can stream to your TV, tablet, cell phone, or virtually any device so that you can join me for yoga class anywhere at any time. I look forward to seeing you on your mat.